Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and the world-renowned city of Louisville, Kentucky. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Cowboys of Louisville. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend of the NFL is underway. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And bringing them out is the rare southpaw in his 4th year, coming off his best season as a pro, Tua Tagovailoa.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
That's taken in by Okonkwo. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 30.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, L.A. Okonkwo, 47 yards. And the Rams are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Defense.
Don't do us like that.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the post.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
A second down throw for Prescott, and that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Prescott. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Taking on the midfield logo. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Again, it's Johnson. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Rams.
Tua sets up to pass it. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Tua going to throw. A slant route caught by Bateman. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. Touchdown, L.A. DJ Chark, 39 yards. And the Rams have retaken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Reed taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Elliott is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here's Reed returning. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That
touchdown, Cowboys! Greg Dulcich in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Aubrey now for the point after. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. The returner, DJ Chark. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders doing battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gaud.
The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous, and if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaud.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A give. This is Chubb. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3.
On play action, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Rams' 25-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. Into the hands of Patrick, left side. Touchdown! Tim Patrick, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Chark set to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Pacheco. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Tua. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's third down. Looking to pass. Tua. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. You see Tim Patrick, as he and the rest of this offense get set for the upcoming series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the fourth. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And again, it's Chubb. Pushing his way through, and he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This will get the lead up to 7. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call them the plays that they run best.
That's sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy. B.J. Ojulari able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, that's going deep for Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott off play action. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now. The NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The football going back to the Rams now. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
On second down, Tua. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down. As they'll wind up getting close to 10 yards there. They only needed 1 on 4th and 1. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. Now Tua.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 82 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 13. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long.
You